Hello, and welcome to HowTracker. In this short video, we'll show you the basics of creating and using checklists. Let's start with the 10,000 foot view. The first step is to create a checklist template with all the tasks necessary to complete a process. Whenever someone performs the process, they activate the checklist to get a task list that they can use to track their progress. You can have multiple activated checklists, and you can share everything with an unlimited number of people. You can also attach files and have conversations right within the checklist. Let's dive in and see how it actually works. Our dashboard starts with 3 public checklists that you follow by default, but we'll get to that later. Let's make our own. Start by clicking New Checklist and add a title and optional description. We're going to create a checklist for exhibiting at a trade show because there's always something that we forget. The first thing I notice is that my title isn't perfect. I can double click it to change it and just hit enter or click away to save my change. I can do the same with a description. Tags are used to organize checklists. We'll add a couple for this one. When we're done, just click away. To delete a tag, just drag it to the trash can. Now it's time to construct our checklist with categories and items. We'll start with a category and we'll go from there. When you create something, it automatically moves on to creating the next item. If you need to go back and edit an item or category, you can do so by double-clicking it. Clicking the More button on an item opens its details. Here, you can add a description, leave a comment, or attach a file. Edit the description by double-clicking and adding any kind of information you want, such as a link, criteria for its acceptance, or even a script. Let's add a script to this item so that we can be sure that all of our salespeople are talking to customers in the same way. Reorder items by dragging them with the sort handle. To delete one, just drag it to the trash can. When you're done with your checklist, you might want to share it with your group. Click the collaboration icon to open the sharing dialog. Just enter an email address and we'll let them know that you've shared something with them. Once a template is created, you'll want to use it at some point. Click Activate to turn your template into a task list. We now have a checkable list that you and your team can all use to track the progress of a project. Anytime someone checks something off, the system records who did it and when. You can customize the sharing on an activated list and can still edit it by going into edit mode. Descriptions and attached files are carried over from a template, but comments start fresh. If we go back to the dashboard, we can see that this template has an active checklist and we can actually see the progress of it right on the side. You may also have noticed the red 1 at the top of the screen. These are your in-app notifications. You can change your notification settings by clicking Account. You can also find settings for your organization and you can add people to it to make sharing even easier. Here's some tips for making your HowTracker checklist successful. Number 1, try to keep your checklist short. An ideal checklist is always less than 20 items. Number 2, keep your item title short. More information can always be placed within the description of an item, and you don't want a checklist to look intimidating. Last, and most importantly, continually refine your checklists. Get feedback from users and constantly work on them to make them as efficient as possible. Thanks for using HowTracker. Please let us know if you have any feedback or questions, and we'll be happy to help.